Hey everybody, welcome to the Redacted No More podcast. We got Chaos King. Say hi, bro. Yeah, that's his name. We got Godless, aka Roke, aka Naps. Say hi, brother.
Yeah. Hello.
And there's me, Ash. And today we gonna be doing a movie review.
What movie?
The movie's name is The Northman.
That's what she said in the movie, The Witch.
No, you you sound like a person trying to imitate Chinese.
You sound like a Chinese woman drowning.
Look, my Icelandic isn't. It's not. I'm still learning. Okay, I'm practicing. It's not pure. But yeah,
You know
this
what's
movie. Go ahead.
you know what's weird? You know what's weird about this movie? That I don't recognize a single actor in them. Yet I've seen them before,
Yeah,
but I don't know their
except
names.
for what's his
William
face?
Defoe.
Green Goblin. Yeah,
Except for the Green Goblin guy.
and what's her face?
The
And the
dad.
mom. And the mom.
All right, I forgot that crazy bitch was Nicole Kidman.
And
Bro,
the son and the
dad,
gay kid too. He was
dad
interesting.
is
He had a
Ethan Hawke.
familiar face.
Dad is
Yeah,
Ethan Hawke.
that's the name. The
Mom
son
is.
looks familiar too.
The son
Oh,
is.
I thought it was Ethan Hawke, but I wasn't gonna say it because I don't know. I wasn't quite sure.
I could not
Okay.
remember his name at all. And the girlfriend,
Girlfriend was Anya Taylor Joy
like
from Queen's
she's been in
Gambit.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, Queen's Gambit.
And of course the gay son.
and
We got
the
to be specific about it.
and
Gay
the
son, fat son, and the annoying son.
and the main
The annoying.
the wolf son, the one who just goes and
Yeah, the
actually.
gay son.
You guys must have seen his movies. He has been in a lot of movies.
Well, I've seen one movie he's been in called The Northman.
Not Tarzan. He was in Tarzan.
Trash movie.
He was the
But yeah, The Northman.
yeah. The movie starts off
Uh,
with weird stuff. You would see like a
You know,
volcano and somebody's saying, "This," and William Defoe was saying, yeah, he was the one. Were you within the yeah. Within the hill, we have a stone hammer and we just bang, bang, bang it, and within that.
there's a lot of. It's very interesting how masculine this movie was. Like all the men
yeah,
were very comfortable, like being naked, fingering each other's wounds, like just kind of like getting high and hanging out with your bros, like
yeah.
going to battle and stuff. Like
Maybe the crack addict culture came from there.
I mean, they were doing a lot of native, like tribal rituals, like vision quest and whatnot.
Bro, blood drinking, you forgot that. Drinking blood.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Remember when the witch did that to the uncle?
Yeah.
He was like, "Drink my blood," and he never partaken that stuff, so he wasn't really down with it.
Also, that
Yeah.
Juju guy told the king to act like a dog and bark, and king was like, "Woof, I'm not a wolf,
Yeah,
I'm a man, bro."
I remember the son farted on him,
Yeah.
and he saw the stench, and he was like, "Ah, that's creative, son.
And from that,
I just burped."
he took a bone out and gave it to him, a little chip bone.
What is like? Wouldn't it have been better to be like, "I'm not a fucking dog. I'm a human being. Like, what the fuck are you doing? We have. Why are you eating out of a dog bowl? We have plates."
Bro, you know what? That part is the only explanation why he later on can actually talk to wolves. Because that's the only explanation that must have been some sort of ritual power, or
Like
like the beginning of that power.
he literally became Doctor Doolittle.
No,
No, that it,
he became more
yeah,
like
he
a
did.
werewolf who's a man. because he was
He's not
talking to all the dogs and all the wolves
the
only.
birds. He was literally
Yeah,
talking to
I
birds.
forgot
Yes,
his
that's what I
name.
was gonna say. That side of the family tends to have like animal powers. The side of the uncle, they don't have shit. They don't have any powers.
They only have the
Oh
power to fuck women.
no,
Yeah.
they were kind of
No,
stupid
no, no.
too.
Make love, make love. The king side, they used to fuck women, but the other side, the brother, he knew how to make love. He taught the queen what love was.
I'd say the uncle side, the kids were pretty stupid. Like
Yeah, kids
you
were
see a
Yeah,
stupid.
they were
Jack,
annoying kids.
like so the main guy, he starts out as the king's son.
Yeah.
The
Who is like
king's
performs a weird ritual, and then he's
yeah.
like, I'm gonna be a king, and Nicole Kidman is like, and like you can see already a tension between him and his brother. He's like, brother, no, we don't do that.
Literally everyone saw it except for the king and the king.
Yeah.
And the and then like they go on their weird ritual, and while coming back, they are like, hey, look at these fucking idiots.
As soon as they step out, they just get
Bro,
shot.
no, no, and the funny part is like he's the king. He took zero men with him, and the other guy was like, "Hey, let's fucking kill the king and make
It's
me the king
probably a
then."
family ritual.
Yeah,
Like
no, and the
that's why.
brother,
Like it's not
brother
for
was
them.
like, bro, the brother was like, "Hey, let's kill the king, and let me be the king," and everybody was like, "Yeah, cool, man. No, looks
Well,
like
but
nothing."
remember when they came back from the battle, they're like, he's like the greatest warrior. He's probably dealing with shit. When the wife asked where he was, because she was like, I want to fuck him. Where is he? And the king was like, well, he'll be here when he gets here.
Yeah,
And
You
then he
know,
called him the great warrior.
nobody
at the
understands the
beginning,
king.
they always show tension between him and Nicole Kidman because she's like, "Let me take you to bed," and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna fuck you. I barely like. Okay, I like our son. We have a bonding thing, but you're a whore, and
And he
you're a
did.
crazy." Bro, he actually
And he,
saw her for what she was. She was crazy as fuck, and he knew it. She's like, "I had a kid with you, and that's all." I
He
and he
was
did
like,
it
I
in front
fucked
of
up.
the slaves too,
Yo,
and they were watching.
at that time, divorce didn't exist. So he was like, I had a fucking kid with you, and I fucked up, and I know it. That's why I'm never going to fuck you again. I don't want any more kids from you. I'm gonna fuck some whores that from the villages that we pillage. And
and her other guy, her new husband, he fuck horse too. It's not like he was any better.
yeah,
You know?
it's just that he knew how to. Look, Nicole Kidman just wanted to fuck, and he was the only one who was ready to fuck her. Like not even the king's men were like, "Hey, let's fuck the queen." Nobody wanted to fuck the queen.
I don't think the son wanted to. Remember when he walked in on her and she was like, "You gotta knock before you come into my room, baby."
Yeah,
And they dropped the dress on her, and he looked like starstruck. He was like, "Oh wow, I saw my first
I would,
titty."
I would say this movie has some incest undertones, but not really. They're not really
Ah,
undertones. They're
not incest.
overtones,
Come on, man.
and they're really.
What incest you talking about? Come on,
the later on mom and son kiss, but that
bro.
was a ploy. The mom
Bro.
was like, my mom tried to honey trap him. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna kiss him, and he gonna fucking get hard, and I'm gonna find an opportunity to stab him. But she did.
I'm not in the same instance though. Literally, after she kissed him, she was like, "You're just like your daddy, a
No,
little bitch
yeah,
made
she
boy."
wanted
And he
to.
started crying and left. Went up to his girl. I kissed my mother.
She was like, it's all right, baby. It's all right. You could not fuck your mom, but you can fuck me.
But yeah, after so all that stuff happened. The king gets shot with arrows. The brother did it, and they chase him down. They chase
No,
down the
you
kid.
forgot when they stabbed the king with the spears and then chopped his head off.
Oh, like the people were stupid. Like, why did they chase the kid to begin? The kid was right there when they shot him. There was literally like what,
You
like
know,
10, 15 of them there,
No, and the
and
funny part was
they
that
let the kid run
the
away.
kid used that bone chip that was given to him by that which by William Defoe, and he used that to like chop that guy's nose and turned him into a Voldemort. And the whole
Yeah.
fucking movie, he was like, "I got no nose."
I like that guy. I
And
like that guy.
but he was actually very resourceful when he got the red robe to hide amongst the people, even though he clearly he clearly stood out.
Bro,
Yeah.
when that when that kid got away from that noses guy and he came back, he's like, yeah, I did it. He's totally dead. I totally killed him. I was like,
Yeah.
that's me and
So,
my job, bro. That's
so,
me and my job pretending I did something, and I'm like, fucking it. Okay, sure, I did it. Yeah, I sure did
so
it.
So literally after they're looking for the kid, this dude runs up to the uncle and he's like, "Oh, I got him. He's missing his nose. No one suspects anything." He's like, "He's actually I drowned him in the ocean." And you just hear the kid in the background singing, "I'll get revenge, father. I'll be back, father."
Just and he went to some place, became a warrior. Then he was like, okay, like he could have asked their help and been like, I'll give you a village, you just give me the head of the guy, and that would have solved all the problem. But he went there, became a slave, then find out a good chick who was like, well, he's the only good looking guy among the slaves, I'm gonna let him fuck me. And he was like, I will fuck
So
you.
so technically he was a Viking raider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he found out they were delivering slaves to his
I mean, to
uncle.
be honest, the king was not even a king. He was just like a tribal leader, because their kingdom was not a kingdom, just a fucking bunch of huts.
Look, he's a king. A king is better than
That's
tribal
what
leadership.
they show. But you can imagine that he had like a whole kingdom, even though he lost it to another king that they never show in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then and the guy that told that like knew everything about the dude. He was like, actually, 6 years after you escaped, he lost the kingdom and fled to Iceland.
No.
It's crazy. He met a woman who happened to be your mother, and he married her and had a child. Ha ha! And no one wonders how he learned all this information. Like y'all been hanging out raiding people for like 15, 20 years. Where do you find this out?
I mean, villagers talk, bro. They have nothing in literally. They have nothing else to do during those times that gossip.
Yeah.
So if they knew something that happened, hey, have you heard about the king guy? The guy killed his brother. Yeah, he lives in a farm now. He's like a peasant now, bro. He's a chieftain. He used to be a king, but now he's a chieftain.
Now he's like a fucking village elder.
So he pretended to be a slave, got on the boat, and then he met the when he's on the boat going to Iceland to see his uncle. He sees the most blondest girl with black pubic hair.
Yeah.
Explain this. So the only other blonde girl, she's got like that Elsa blonde hair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then she's spitting game on the boat. She's like, "You're
Yeah.
never gonna leave me, baby. Once you get me, I'm a witch and I'll take you for life." And he's like, "Oh my god."
She another crazy girl. He's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is with me and my family? Always getting attracted to the crazy.
So when he gets to the
No,
island, go ahead.
but she was crazy but loyal, bro. She was like, uh, she was good. She was
That's
a
because
good character.
no one ever showed
Uh,
her love before. That's why.
I think she's one of. I don't know if she's my favorite, but she's among the characters that I like the most from this movie.
But so when they got to the island, she starts, well, the first thing he does. So they're telling the slaves, "This is where you live." Blah blah blah. Do what you tell. And the first thing this dude does, he knocks out another slave and starts grunting. And no one thinks that's crazy. They're like, "Okay, respect, bro. We're gonna keep you here. We're not gonna just immediately kill you. We like fighters." That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
After that, did they take him to the football game, or was that later, or the
That was
lacrosse?
later, I think. They make him a slave, even though he's suspicious as fuck. He's way too built. He's way more built than
Oh
everybody
yeah,
in
and he's
that
like
village.
he's picking up like 13 rocks at once, carrying them on one shoulder. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like all the other slaves, they're carrying tiny pebbles, barely doing a thing, and they're sweating. This dude, oh yeah, and he cut his hair.
the
He's doing
the
the
other
most.
slave, the other slave put him aside and like, bro, take it easy. You know we're not getting paid for this, right? Why are you working so hard? You're making us look bad.
And then what's the part? Did he see his mom first when they grabbed he shoved that
Yeah,
guy, he was like, "Go pee somewhere." He like snuck up
yeah.
on him. He pushed some other slave, was like, "Go pee," and the guy was like, "Okay." And
That's
like
bigger
went
than me. Whatever you say.
he went into like the leader's hut, I guess. And some lady was like, "What are you doing here? Get out!" And he was like, "Fuck it." And he went to go see his mom. I guess he saw her,
Yeah,
then he left. He saw her and
yeah, bro.
uncle. Yeah.
I knew it. I said from the beginning that the mom would probably have something to do with the king's murder, and I knew that Nicole Kidman would prefer
The
the
brother.
uncle over the original king. I just kind of got that vibe that she actually liked this guy because I actually did like the uncle more
Yeah,
than the
like
king.
he was actually pretty funny too. Like his nickname, the brotherless, whatever the fuck his name was. Like
Fjornir.
that's hilarious because he killed his brother. He killed his own, and then
Yeah, but that's the whole.
he had honor too.
Yeah, but that event too is is the catalyst for everything that fucked everything up. You know.
I think the mom actually fucked everything up in the end, but yeah.
Yeah, the mom was the
But
one
you
who
know,
took
if this
everything down, ruined the brother's relation. Like even if she would fuck the brother, I don't think the king would be like, oh, why did you fuck my wife? He was not even interested in her. You're like,
Well,
fuck whoever the fuck you want.
remember the king had a new hole he was playing with.
Yeah.
Like he literally let his son play with his hole. We got
you know, I do hate that that is such a cliche. I mean, that happens so much with like it happened with Thor and Odin and
oh,
fucking Loki.
this is
Every
literally
time, every
no, that's Norse mythology or whatever. This is Viking shit.
yeah, but it's like that they had that hierarchy kind of system that they had, right? Where they're like, one of the brothers gets to be king and the other one just stays jealous
Oh,
forever.
I
So
guess
obviously he's gonna try to kill him.
I remember the king was like he's not even our true king. He's like a half king, just like Loki, or like Loki
Right.
was the king. He was
And the problem is the problem is if your brother becomes the king, you're already mad enough that like fuck this motherfucker got get to be king and I'm nothing, right? And then if he has a son, his son gets to be king. It's not even you next in line. So you're like
yeah.
fuck, bro, I'm double fucked. So I get why they would get jealous and always kill their brother, but it happens so much. Just like it's become like a main cliche, you know. It's so
Like
predictable.
if you have a little brother, you gotta kill him at that point.
Yeah, it's I would be. It would be interesting if they found a way to do that kind of story, but like in a different way. But they always do it in the same straight way, so it's like very predictable. You know what I mean?
But, this comes with the Norse mythology thing. That's literally
I
what's all
guess.
they do. Like every Norse mythology thing, they base it off of that. So whatever. But yeah, so where the fuck were we? Yeah, so he's like he's thrown off in front of all the slaves, and then eventually, him and the girl, they're talking, and at this point, she's like, "Oh, your mother." Like, who even told her that was his mom? She like knew everything.
Presumably, they had talks that they didn't show on camera. Like she got to learn a little bit more about him.
Yeah. And then at nighttime, this nigga is like a fucking ninja. He breaks out
Yeah.
the slave tent, wakes up nobody, sneaks across like he's like watching goes into every single house, breaks into a guy's thing, steals a knife, goes into like some mysterious cave, talks to a new not William Dafoe, but the one who replaced William Dafoe because
The
William
new
Dafoe
William
is dead.
Dafoe, yeah, the new Green Goblin.
Yeah, they have Green Goblin's head in there. And the guy, I don't know, this guy, he was like high on something. Like he was tripping out the whole time they were talking.
Bro,
Like,
I was so disappointed that the head didn't talk. I mean, it talked to his thoughts, but I wanted to see the mouth moving
Mouth
and
move.
shit.
you know that when he left the cave, that mouth was moving. He was tripping out. You know he did something to that skull. But yeah, he told him there's like a magic cave with a secret sword that's indestructible and breathes fire.
I don't know where. Conveniently, there's a sword that you can use
So
to kill literally everybody.
and he throws a snake at him. First of all, he pulls a snake out of his pants. He like does a magician laugh, throws the snake at him, and turns into rope. This nigga David Blaine. Okay, I swear.
Yeah, that guy is probably the witches in this movie are the most powerful, actually.
They got some cool skills. I mean, the king is acting like a dog in front of them. That's powerful.
Hey, I would do that too, bro. Like,
I still don't know why they killed William Defoe.
because he served the king. He didn't serve him.
I mean, he
Right,
could. You
exactly.
should just give him the prize.
Plus, William Dafoe looks evil, bro. Like, no offense. He,
I love William Dafoe though.
yeah,
I
we
love
love him, but like that'd be pretty scary. He starts laughing at you like this other dude did.
Bro,
It'd be kind of scary if he opened his mouth.
the brother would be
And
shitting
you,
his pants after looking at William Defoe. He's like, we gotta kill him. We gotta kill
and
him.
you know
In
what?
no way, in no way, I'm letting this guy live.
Did you see that face? Nah, he ain't living. You know what though? I would say that William Dafoe is like ugly handsome
Oh yeah,
because even though he's ugly, he has like a manly vibe about him.
it's his voice.
So he could get a wife.
It's his voice.
He could get a
No,
wife.
I'm
I thought that he was married.
Of course, he's married.
no exactly, but he's the kind of guy that even though he's ugly, he's like manly. He projects a manly aura that's attractive.
Yeah, actually,
Even though
he's
he's
very.
weird looking as fuck. Yeah, yeah.
It's just his
Yeah,
jaw and mouth. Like,
it's
oh
just
yeah,
everything on his face.
he's in great shape though. But it's just his face. Like, he's got a big head.
Bro, but his
But
body
but
is
yeah,
big
after
too.
his body's what?
His body is big too.
What the fuck you talking about? Like, I'm sure he's huge, but how do you know that?
Bro, haven't
How
you
do
seen
you
Spider-Man?
know?
Haven't you seen
How do you
Spider-Man?
know? I don't think Ash gets it.
I don't.
But yeah, after that he goes for the sword. He finds
So
it in some tomb.
yeah, it's on
And then he has
a skeleton's body.
Mhm.
When he touches it, they start fighting, but he has no weapons. And then you
Yeah,
made the great. Go ahead.
this guy just wings it all the time. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do my plan, but I'm not gonna prepare for it. I'm just gonna wing it. You know what I mean? Just gonna
I don't
feel it
think
out.
I don't think he has a plan.
He's like,
He's just-
I'll just go and kill everyone.
I mean, that is a plan. So yeah, you see, like you made the right call about the moonlight stopping him. Like once
Oh, yeah.
the dead guy got into the moonlight, he couldn't move, and then he beat him. And then it turned out
Yeah,
it was all in his head. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
it was like a very small challenge, but I did like the one twist that I like. It was like that it was all on his head. Somehow that twist made it okay a little bit. But it was a very short like challenge.
And then he left, and he went back to the village, and this dude he like literally his sneak is at 100, but he's terrible at it. He's walking on top of buildings with the moonlight on him. Like everyone
Oh
can
yeah,
see him if
yeah.
they look up. And then he buries the fucking sword under like 2 piles of dirt.
Yeah, on top of the house. But before that, it's the best scene of the movie where the uncle is like testing the blonde girl out, Olga,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
She's testing
Outside
her, and
the
she's like, yeah, and then she mugs her with her period blood or something.
yeah.
She reaches
So,
into
he,
her pussy.
so
And
he talks to her, and he's like, yeah, we're about to fuck. You go get the girl. I want to fuck now. She looks at him. She pulls up her skirt, and we're like, ooh. She got black pubes? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then she puts her hand in her pussy
And then smears
and then smashes out his face. And she's like, now you're bloody. And we're like, oh. And he's upset too. He's like, ew. And he leaves. He's like, I don't want nothing to do with this bitch. She crazy. Fuck that.
yeah.
I love my wife. So he leaves. And then,
All of a sudden, my wife doesn't seem that crazy. Even though she wants to fuck our kid, I gotta constantly be on watch for her not to fuck our son.
Hey, and even DiGiorno, he saw it. He was like, ew, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. And he told her the next day, I saw what you did. It was interesting.
That was an interesting move. You marked them well. That's what he said.
It's like, yeah, that was a good mark, bro. So,
That was a
so,
good. That was a good move for any situation.
so
Honestly.
all that shit happens, and then eventually we get to the lacrosse game or whatever the fuck they're doing.
Go. That was Hurley.
Look at that's the biggest scene because anyway, they do the game eventually,
Yeah, the game
and
is
it's
called
like
Hurley. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, they do the game, whatever the fuck it's called, and it's probably the greatest sports game of all time.
Just beat
You
the
got
shit
you
out of
got
the
you
other
got
guy.
team Blackbeard versus New Slave Bloods. And look, first round up, Team Blackbeard wrecks them. They kill a guy.
Yep.
So it's 4-5. It's 5-on-4 now. The teams had 5 backs. Pretty much, you grab the ball, you got to hit their pole. I think they have 3 poles. You got to hit them, and they have like
Mhm.
whatever, like lacrosse sticks or whatever the fuck there are. Like, or
They
like
can also use their hands. I mean,
yeah.
they never really established the rules. They can use their hand to grab the ball,
But
and then
one of the kids was yelling. He was like cursing him, like, "You bring shame to me every time they score on us. Fuck you, score. Play
yeah,
defense." Like
that's
this kid
every
was
kid.
fucking annoying.
That's every kid at an NFL game. It's like a fan in the stands going, "Oh, we're losing! Come on!"
Oh, but our hero DiGiorno, he can see stuff in slow motion. Like they were throwing balls at his head, and he just like turned to the side and just dodge it, just by a little bit. But eventually, it gets down to one-on-one, like one-on-one between the bearded guy and DiGiorno. And they're fighting, and it's just trying to get to the ball. And then that stupid kid jumps the gate. And
I know.
it's Malice at the Palace. He runs out there. He's taking it. He's like, I'm a score. And Blackbeard knocks down DiGiorno. He's running after him. He's like, fuck you, kid. This is for professionals only. Knocks him over.
The Blackbeard calls a timeout and he says, whoa. That kid is not in the roster. I didn't see that kid in the roster. How come that kid is playing now?
Like all the parents and stuff, the families, they're like, where the fuck did he come from? Even though he was literally had to walk past all of them to get it onto the field. But whatever. Yeah. Blackbeard knocks the kid down. He's like, I'm gonna kill this kid. I'll teach you all.
I wanted him to kill him. I so wanted him to kill him, bro.
But then DiGiorno came up and he was like, I love my brother, and tackled him and headbutted him to death.
Yeah.
And then they had an orgy later that night. And it was nice.
Yeah, it was like a fun
he got a promotion. He's like, you can fuck any girl you want. You want to fuck the crazy blood spearing lady? Go ahead.
You want to fuck Bloody Mary? Go for it, bro.
They're like, Uncle doesn't like her anymore for some strange reason. I don't know what happened.
No, it's just that the period blood fucked him
Yeah.
up.
Was it that? I don't know. I think she had something. But yeah, they had an orgy. They were singing. Like the slaves were pretty real. Like they were free.
They were free. All they have to do is like their fucking job.
Like it's not that bad, right?
Yeah.
they get home. Clearly, like this guy, he looks like he takes a bath every day. So clearly, they're bathed. They get food, a home.
Haircuts.
Yeah. Orgies, like that's great. Like what the fuck? And there's musicians, singers.
Yeah.
Like, they're having fun.
Yeah, even though she's not a very good singer, she's just improvising.
So he fucks the girl later that night, and they do some crazy sitting motion to hide her boobs, which was it looked uncomfortable. Like she was twisting her body, like her butt was facing the ground, but she twisted her side.
So that he can put a hand on her boob and hide it.
Like I didn't get it, but whatever. It was nice. It was a fun night.
Like the clothes or something to cover themselves up. Whatever.
Yeah, but sex in nature, you just throw your clothes wherever. So now he's got a promotion. He's like Samuel Jackson from Django. He tells the niggas what to do now. Do your work, clean up. He don't got to live rocks no more. Like he got
promoted to
like the moment he gets the power, that's when like the next day, the
Yeah,
the the like the so
the
4 or 5
first death.
guys are just arranged on the fucking wall like a horse.
Yeah.
Like
So that literally the next day he starts killing people, and no one suspects this dude. Like the one guy you just gave freedom to, pretty much to do what he wants,
no,
and you're like, it was a witch that killed him.
yeah.
Some, it's like, what the fuck?
So some fucking ghost from like the another world is here. The devils, the
Yeah.
Satans
So
have taken away my friends. This is not
so
my suffer
and
our world. This is something that is there from the other world.
so at nighttime, yeah, he goes into one of their huts, just chops up two people, and he's like, "Look, I'm doing this so I can
No,
fuck my mom.
not
I
just
love you.
jobs.
Die." It's just two people the first
Arranges them,
night.
turns them into an artistic piece,
Oh,
bro.
well, yeah, we're getting there. He chops them up, and then in the morning we see what he did when the fat baby brother
Well,
starts
what was the
screaming.
thing called the guy with like the half horse body and half human body in Hercules? Centaur?
Yeah.
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 So that's what he turned those two
Oh, that's the
people
shape
Uh,
that he did. With the corpses.
he could have been more
No,
creative
no,
because he could have killed a horse.
and the
Like
funny part was this looks like the Christians because their God is hung on the cross.
it didn't even look
No.
like a cross. Like, I don't think they actually know Christians. I think they just like they're talking out their ass.
No,
No, you know what? No. That guy was actually right because back then the Christians were fucking crazy. They're not like the modern Christians now that they're all peaceful. Back then the Christians were like, "Do you believe in God? Oh, you don't? Get slashed, bro." So they
But
were crazy.
would they hang him up like a horse? Like you know how much time it would take to chop him up, leave, find the nails to hang each part up. There's like 11, 12 pieces up there. Like he
and
did
nobody
some
heard the
work.
noise when he was doing
Yeah,
that.
this dude got ultimate sneak mode. Like, and
I
he wasn't
know.
even doing. And when they're doing when the brother, the fat baby brother, was yelling at everyone, asking who did this, this dude's like hulked over. He's got a stick in his hand, and he's just like, "Wasn't me." And he's looking over at the witch girl, and she's looking at him like, "I see
Yeah,
you."
everybody. If you see the body language of everybody in the crowd, everybody's like, "What happened?" And his body language, he's just standing there in a cool pose, like, like okay, that guy did it. Look at the way he's standing, bro. He's standing like the main character that just did something really badass. It's him, but no, nobody suspects.
And
And
then go ahead.
to be fair though, before that he didn't really draw any suspicions to him. He just
Which
did
is
his job. He was very quiet.
yeah.
He slipped around a little bit,
And
but he
afterwards,
was never caught.
"Everyone, get back to work. It's over." So
Yeah, I
hey,
mean, yeah, he wasn't
I guess
suspicious at all. I would say.
he was a little suspicious. Like literally, dude
I
at
mean,
night.
for us as a viewer, yes, for from this perspective, it was just like
Look
a normal slave.
at nighttime he walks around with a sword.
Yeah, but that's, like I said, nobody's really watching over the slaves at night because they don't have the idea that one of them has an agenda to kill them or anything, so they have no idea what's happening.
Which is like, what the fuck? I get like they're saying they live there now, but like they're still slaves. Like, well, this is your home too. Protect it, nigga. What? This ain't my home. Look,
Yeah,
spoiler: we burned this village to the ground. We're leaving. This ain't our home. So yeah, they do that thing, and then he talks to the girl about something. He's like, I don't remember what he told her, but it happens again like the next night. And then
now
they
you know
set up,
whatever. Let's skip to the good part where he meets his mother. He's like sneaking in, and
yeah.
he meets his mother. He's spying on her again,
Well,
but she's a little
he hides behind like it's like a mirror, but not a mirror. It's like a little thing leaned up
No,
against the wall. He hides behind that.
bro. It's the bed thing that is just like put across the wall, so it's like something that you sleep on.
Yeah, it's like the thing
Okay.
that they used to do when women used to change behind that. It's like the
Yeah,
closet, I guess.
yeah, that.
Uh,
So he's hiding behind it. The mom walks in, shuts the door, and she just starts stripping naked, and he's just peeking over at her like, okay. he pulls out his sword, and she's like, "Oh, what a long sword you have."
Yes.
And then they
What
see
a
each
freak.
other, and he's like, "I'm your son. I'm not dead." And she's like, "Arturito, is that you?" And he's
My
like,
little boy, you came back, a little Mexican boy.
and he's like, "I'm gonna help you escape." And she's like, "No, you're gonna. You want to kill everyone? Kill them, and I'll leave with you. You'll be my king if you kill my husband, your uncle, my son, your brother, my other son, your brother." And then she starts literally French kissing him. And she's like, "I'll be your queen."
Yeah, but she reveals to him that she didn't love
Well, that
her
was later.
first son, her stage father. No, that was actually in the beginning of the conversation. The later part is where she tries to seduce him to distract him to get a sword from him. But it's a
Hey,
weird tactic.
it
It's a weird
worked.
tactic to use.
It worked. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but she tells him, I fucking hated your father. Your father never loved me, really. His uncle, though, his brother, that's a good man. And I kind of saw that coming because, you know, and
He
also she
was
bore
he
him.
was a good man. Like he literally, they got attacked by another king. He saved everyone there. Everyone, the whole village, even the people who weren't with him. He saved them, and they all fled together. He didn't put all their lives in danger to fight a battle they couldn't win.
Yeah, and she also bore him two sons,
Well,
I think, right?
so
Oh,
the
one.
fat baby, we know they said it was his son at the beginning. We don't really know who the mom was. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming it wasn't her. And then the annoying one was theirs.
Annoying.
Yeah, so right away when they have a son together, I figured out she's gonna love him. That they're a family now. Whatever. She moved on from the first guy,
Yeah.
obviously. But she realized like, no, I hated him, and I hated you because you look like him. You both acted like dogs. What is with you guys? I actually did. I actually put out the order for them to kill you too. And you were like, oh no, I fucked up. I came to free you. I thought you love me. Like I don't know what he was expecting, but it surely wasn't that.
And then like so yeah, she tells him everything. He runs away after they make out and goes and kills the
Yeah,
son, kills the fat baby son. Just
yeah, and I'm glad he did. I
stabs him
hated
through the
that
heart.
guy.
And
Yeah.
then in the morning, everyone's crying about it. They line up the slaves. The uncle slits one of their throats. And he's like, "I'll do that if y'all don't start talking." And then the witch is like, "Oh, I see you like blood now, bitch boy." And he's like, "Ah, I'm amazed he didn't kill her right then." I guess he was about to, but then DiGiorno was like, "I have your son's heart, or is it a dog's heart?" And then
Who
he
knows?
and then he gets the leg up on them, but then he starts like growling for like 5 minutes, and they just walk up and knee him in the face and start beating him up.
That's a weird bargaining chip. Like, I as we were watching the movie, I'm like, why does he want his art? What are you gonna do with it? Put it back? I mean,
Like
the
he's
guy's
dead.
dead anyway.
It must be a thing they did back then, but he's already dead. Yeah, like he said, he's dead. Like there's no point.
Yeah, so
So
they capture him. They
they
capture him.
funeral too.
Right. All right. In the funeral, we see that they
So
killed.
the lady at the orgy is singing, and she's singing, crying because they're about to burn her with the husband. And then you see old grandma lady shanking her, and then they
Yep.
have the annoying son cut a horse's head off. And yeah, funeral pretty standard, I guess.
Priest at the funeral.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and then they get naked. They're like the horse's blood gets rubbed on them, and then you see the uncle walking around naked, yelling. They must have had a party afterwards, but
Again, pretty standard funeral. I've been to like a bunch of those.
yeah.
That's what you do.
So this dude's captured, and then he does the Doctor Doolittle thing. He's like,
Ravens.
and like ravens come in, they free him, and I guess his mistress sets him free. Like she's like, "I
No, she
dragged you to a
carries him,
swamp."
bro. She carries him. He's
Like she don't
beaten
look
by
that
the
Yeah.
strong.
ravens, and the mistress comes and she carries him.
She don't look that strong, but
Yeah,
whatever.
but she did. That's why you said that. Oh my God, she carried him. She's a keeper.
Yeah,
She is a keeper,
strong.
and that's the only time that they show him actually taking a bath in the whole movie.
Well,
So
she was like, well, she,
they probably take a bath once every 3 weeks or something like that.
but the first thing she says as soon as he like regains consciousness is like, "I know you. I carried you out of there. Now I'm gonna have some fun with you." I'm assuming they fucked in the the
Yeah,
sauna,
they did in the
and then
sauna.
and then she was like, and then he touched her stomach, and she's like,
I'm
"I'm
pregnant
pregnant."
with twins.
When they're fleeing on a boat, I'm
Yeah.
pregnant.
And then he remembers the thing that was said to him. Will you be choosing love, kindness for your kin or hate for your enemies? And he was like, I'll be choosing both,
And he
buddy.
was like, "Deadbeat dad, peace out, girl. I'm out of here. Y'all on the boat.
No,
Peace.
he was like,
Make sure she don't
I'll bring the
chase me."
milk. Bring the milk for the kids. I'm just going to get the milk.
You
So,
know what? That's so typical of a man. You know, she tells him, "I'm pregnant." He freaks out. He's like, "I'm not gonna raise a baby. I'm gonna go back to clean my uncle." So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Bye. Have fun raising our kids.
and it was like twins too, and he was like, "Y'all make
Yeah,
sure
that's
she don't
double the
chase
trouble.
me."
Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that, bro.
Dude jumps into the middle of the ocean, and literally they're
Yep.
holding her back, and she starts sputtering nonsense, and like the wind blows away.
Yeah,
He was like,
he
"Yeah,
gets a little crazy.
I'll be back. Trust me, I'll be back." Spoiler: he never comes back. He
You
abandoned her.
know,
So he goes back.
she knew she. Uh-huh.
He goes back to the village, and pretty much it's nighttime, and he's just taking them out one by one. He goes into the uncle's hut, and he goes into the
But
mother's
wait,
room.
isn't that when he starts howling and controlling the animals? I think that's when he does that, right?
Oh
All of
yeah,
a sudden
before.
he can talk to animals and he commands them.
I think that was before he
Uh,
actually before he left. But yeah, during one of the nights, I think when they killed the guy that was with the old lady. Yeah, the guy that was with the old lady.
yeah,
Whenever they killed him one of the nights,
when they
he
were
sa-
doing the sacrifice.
he started
Yeah,
howling
yeah.
with, and all the dogs and chickens started making noise. Like the uncle's dog attacked him, so he had to put it down.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
weird power that he suddenly got out of nowhere.
do Doctor Doolittle. But yeah, he attacked the king or the uncle, or he went to the uncle's room, was looking for his mother, and then you just hear like some clicking sounds, and then she busts through the door. She cuts him twice. He stabs her through the heart, and she's like, "You set me free." Oh, and she goes off to Valhalla. And then the son, the annoying son, jumps on his back, shanks him like 13 times. I swear.
Yeah.
He throws him down and just like cuts him in midair. We assume he's dead. We look up and we see the uncle. And the uncle, he has a sword out. He puts it up, and like you said, he had great honor. He grabs his boy, grabs his dead wife, and he's like, "I'll see you in hell." Literally, we're gonna fight in hell. I'm not saying I'll see you when we die. We're gonna go fight, but let me bury my friends.
Yeah, yeah, it's not actual hell. It's
Yeah,
like, you know, you know where it is. You know
yeah.
what it is. He's like, yeah, I'll meet you there.
So all he set the slaves free earlier, so they're burning down everything, and then we get ready for the final showdown. But I guess before that, I forgot about the part where we saw like the Valkyrie flying through the air, and she has
Oh
braces.
yeah, that was a premonition. That's a premonition
Yeah,
of the end. Because supposedly when you, if I'm not mistaken, the Valhalla thing, it's when you die in battle or in
yeah,
that ultimate battle, that Valkyrie is gonna take you to the equivalent of heaven,
yeah,
where all you do there is fight for the rest of your life,
yeah.
your actual life.
But why
You're
does she
not gonna
have
turn around.
braces? Why does she have braces? That's a real
I
question.
don't know. Maybe Valkyries have braces. That's something that they didn't teach in the mythology, but maybe they did.
Yeah, no, someone forgot. Or
Actually,
when she
I
was doing
saw
the audition,
braces.
she was covering her mouth like
Back
I
then,
could be Valkyrie.
back then they used to have like gold braces. Like Jesus.
Cap, Cap.
They got the pics of it.
They got pictures. Cap. This bitch had silver braces. 1 year left. Invisalign. But yeah, so the final battle. It's literally in a volcano. They're only wearing their briefs. No shirt, no pants, no shoes. They just got a
That
shield and a
makes sense.
sword.
It's
And it was a
fucking
pretty
hot there. It's fucking hot there, so of course it will be shirtless.
it was a pretty good fight, except the uncle was kicking his ass. Like I don't even Uncle pretty much had this shit won, but
No, you know what? It wasn't. It wasn't a good fight. It was decent, I guess, but it wasn't really that good. Choreography wasn't that great.
oh
The
no.
the
But
the
there
whole
was
vibe of
smoke.
it was manly and shit, and the whole setting of it was great, and the lead up to it, man. But the choreography itself is kind of weird. And at one moment, the uncle basically beats him, and the uncle lets him take a second breath, like you know,
He's too
and then
nice.
he wins.
Literally, he started like
Yeah,
and Uncle was like, "That's my nephew."
we got a weird family.
So final strike, the uncle stabs him in the chest and the heart, and he cuts off the uncle's head, and the Valkyrie comes down and end scene. End the movie. We don't see what happens to the witch, her twins.
Well, we do see a permanent. We see a
Uh,
vision of her that she
oh,
actually, yeah, she had the two kids,
you're right. One
and
one of them was a fat baby.
we see the vision that one of them, the female one, is gonna be a king,
King.
a queen.
Yeah, that was like one of the visions earlier,
Yeah.
or through one of the witches. She was like the one that had her eyes covered early on, I guess. She was like female monarch or something. Female something king. That was a female word. But yeah.
I did
No,
like the super. I did like the supernatural tones this movie had.
I don't even think it was
There's
supernatural. They were just high.
The movie was just like you would be like, is this real or is this supernatural? Am I high or are they high?
yeah.
That was the thing.
No, it's like you got a contact high from being around them, and you're like, I guess I'm high too because I'm seeing what they're seeing.
Yeah.
And like this game, like we were saying, we were watching it. It has a lot of video game feels to it. Like or
Yeah,
this
this could be
movie.
Skyrim the movie.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like the
even the
magic,
music.
magic
Uh huh.
weapon, super stealth, witches. Like dude had like half his arm hanging out, and he was still fighting. It was all right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say something. Even though I did enjoy watching this movie as I was watching it, I will not rewatch this movie.
Nobody
Never.
would.
Like if we weren't watching it together, I might have fallen asleep.
Yeah, I will probably rewatch the scene where he kisses his mom. That scene's kind of hot. I will rewatch
Yeah,
that,
I agreed.
but I wouldn't watch anything else. Maybe the period scene where she spews the period blood. I'll probably rewatch that.
Like still, like how did she have black pubic hair?
Bro,
That's the like
they forgot to dye the pubic hair, okay? That was they never thought that people will be able to like people will care about the pubic hair. Or
Of
maybe
course we care.
or maybe
look,
like some people have like I
because
have
which
black hair but my armpit hair are brown. And
nigga what?
yeah.
What the
That's true though.
fuck? What
No,
the
that's
fuck?
true though.
Look, like when she lifted up her skirt the first time, first I was thinking underwear, but they're like, no, she doesn't have underwear. Is that pubic hair? Why is it black? And then she stuck her finger in there, and I was like, what's happening? And she put it on his face. I was like, what the fuck?
My armpit
It's like,
hair are brown, bro. Tell me. What
what?
did I dye? My hair or my armpit hair?
Well, you are Indian.
So
Brown hair is pretty common.
Bro, but brown armpit hair. Like my hair are black everywhere in the whole body except the armpit. Armpit only got brown hair.
Does your dad have brown hair? Brown armpit hair?
He has brown hair.
But his armpit hair.
I don't know.
Does your mom have brown armpit hair?
No.
Have you kissed your mom? Like that guy in the movie? What? It's natural. Like,
Like a lot of parents kiss their kids. So yeah. But we shouldn't judge them so much. Like
no,
Cole,
okay.
Cole Kidman could kiss me if I was her son.
Let me ask you guys. What?
Me was the babysitter.
Let me ask you guys. Which are your favorite and least favorite characters from this movie?
I ain't like anyone. I guess I'll give it to William Dafoe off name alone. Actually, I like the mom. She was cool.
I like her
Like
too. She was crazy, but she was a good character.
the least favorite, I gotta go with DiGiorno.
The kid that kept stabbing and was killed. The annoying
Yeah,
kid.
he was fucking annoying.
The
Yeah,
one
he
who should have
sucked.
been killed in the game, but they were like, nah, we ain't gonna kill him.
You can't kill children in the game in Skyrim, bro. You can't kill children
That's actually funny.
Unless you put a mod on it.
I gotta think the main guy. He was most annoying, my least favorite. But I did like his mom because for a woman back then, she showed a lot of passion and like she was trying to stay on top.
You know what? And from her perspective, I get it. You know what I mean? She was a little heartless when it came to the kid, but she never really loved the first game. She knew she was basically like a trophy wife that he didn't love. So
And she was a slave too, wasn't she?
yes. So she had all the right to be like, fuck him, bro. I didn't love that guy. You know what I mean? I would say, okay, Ash. What about you, Ash? What are your least favorites?
Favorite character, I would think. Let me think. It would be. Fuck. I don't particularly like anyone, but let's say
Yeah, it's
the
that kind of movie.
The Crow.
I like the Raven. The game sometimes.
The snake that turned into a rope. Yeah, I liked him.
God damn,
This movie was
I think
rough
I'll
with
give it
characters.
to like the brother, like the uncle,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then
respectable.
who else? Who else was? I would say that beard guy was pretty good. Like he was ready.
Oh, you only get one, man. You
What
only get
beer
one.
guy?
The,
What beer guy?
The
They
one
all
who
have
was
beards.
ready to kill the annoying kid.
okay, he was an athlete, bro. Like you can tell he was a professional athlete. Like he was getting hyped for every point. He had good aim too when he threw that ball. Like he knew he wasn't like he could have gotten pro. Like if he wasn't already a
Yeah,
pro, he could have
he
gotten
could have
pro.
got him. He could have got him signed by the Lakers or somebody.
But
Uh,
malice at the palace or the forest, wherever the fuck they were, the field, and it doesn't always end up well. So who's your least
uh,
favorite?
I would say.
The
I
annoying
would say
kid.
for
Fuck
me,
that kid. The one who was killed. He should have been killed.
yeah, the stabby kid.
He had the best death though.
Yeah, that was good.
He was like one slash and he was gone.
He
Yeah,
got
he
thrown.
was good at stabbing. He
Yeah.
cut that horse's head pretty good too. That guy, he had a future with knives, but unfortunately, he got killed. Uh, I would say my favorite characters were the wife because she was crazy. Uh, so that added more like tension and drama to the movie
Mhm.
that she acted like that. Olga, the girlfriend, because she was actually a useful girlfriend. You know, she actually helped him from the beginning.
Yeah.
The uncle was alright too. I mean, he's portrayed as a bad guy, but I didn't really quite hate him. I kind of respected him as a bad guy. It didn't feel like a very evil guy either. Uh, and I would say my least favorite is the kids in general. They all suck. Honestly.
No,
And that Torre guy.
I
And
think
that yeah.
I think about the uncle. The only reason DiGiorno is trying to kill him is because his dad made him promise to do that if he ever got killed.
Yeah.
If his
That's
dad
true.
never did that, do you think the genre would have ran away and be like, "I'm gonna kill you"? No, the genre would have been like a little pussy. That's what he was when he was a kid. Because his dad was like, "If you want to be able to talk to animals like I do, you have to avenge me if I die."
Yeah, that's some Itachi shit. That's what Itachi did to Sasuke, bro. Yeah.
Overall,
You know,
I'd say this movie kind of, like you said, a one. I'm not gonna rewatch it.
Trippy movie.
yeah, I'm not.
Like,
It wasn't a horrible experience as I was watching it. I
no,
was trying to make the best out of it too. So it didn't completely bore me, but it didn't completely wow me either. Uh,
they've
it
all,
just
everyone in there has done better movies. It should have been better with the cast, but it wasn't.
yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't rewatch it, but I didn't hate it though. Uh,
Great
it's a
facial.
forgettable movie though.
Oh
It's
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
everything
gonna be
was
a
good. Was
forgettable movie. It's gonna
the
be
visuals
one
were
of those movies that I don't
fantastic.
remember. I'll probably remember the previous scene, and that's it.
The visuals were fantastic, like the location, like you could
No,
see
they
the.
weren't, bro. It
I'm
was
gonna say
dark.
that.
It was fucking dark through most of the movie. You couldn't see shit.
No,
At
I
the
mean
They
end,
the
literally,
mountains,
literally,
the
they filmed this in a creek in like Alabama. That's where you got that one viewpoint from. That
they
viewpoint.
filmed this, bro. They filmed this in the swamp that's Shrek lives. That's where they filmed this, right? Fucking awful.
Didn't you hear
The
that one
premonition,
point? That's the
yeah,
song
the
they were.
premonition had some effect, but that was it.
That one song the lady was singing. So she said, "What's the problem, baby?" Just in whatever language that was.
yeah. The effects of the premonitions, those were the only times that they showed some kind of visual effects. And there wasn't anything mind blowing either. They were just like effects, honestly.
Honestly, I'd say this is the worst movie I've seen from that we've watched together. Honestly,
It's you
yeah,
know
no
what?
doubt was worst.
Even the Power Rangers one was better, bro. Honestly.
just because it was kind of nothing of this was surprising, which is when
Yeah.
you watch movies that happens, but like from the get go, we were like, "Uncle's gonna kill him." The wife wants
Yep.
to fuck the uncle. Oh, that's gonna
So
be the
fucking
girlfriend.
predictable. Yep.
I mean, the
Like
movie was
nothing really
good,
jumped.
but it
I guess the
was
only thing that really was
it was too
surprising
much.
was that the fight against the zombie dude was in his head. Besides that, everything else was predictable. Nothing wrong with the acting at all.
No, I mean the
Visual.
zombie dude one was pretty sure that it was in the head. Like that was just visualization.
Then everything was obvious. And look, there's nothing wrong with the acting per se, but the movie was just kind of meh.
Yeah, movie was
Yeah.
not good.
I'd give it
That's
personally a 6 out of 10. 6 because they had a lot of good actors, and 5 is just terrible. Anything in 5 is terrible to me. So
I
I'll
don't
go,
think
I'll go with 6.
five for me is not terrible. Five for me is neutral, kind of neutral ground.
Well, in my math class, 6 is neutral, nigga.
Well, you didn't. Well, you're dumb. Okay. What about you, Ash? What would you rate it?
Uh, uh 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I would rate it a 5 out of 10 as well. Mainly because I wouldn't rewatch the shit. Honestly, a 6 out of 10 movie or a 7 out of 10 movie, I could probably rewatch. Like I rewatched the Bullet Train movie, and I gave it a 7 because I kind of knew I would rewatch it. But this one, I'm like, I have no interest
See,
in rewatching this.
for me, 6 is like your average movie. Anything at 6 is just average. It doesn't get good till 7. 7 is good. 6 is just
Well,
average.
to me, 6 is a little bit above average.
Yeah.
Uh,
So pretty much we all gave it the same rating then.
Yeah.
yeah, it was dumb.